fights are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 8-3.
Off the play fake. Patterson. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready. 60 or.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
On the ready.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Go.
Right there. 54, right there.
Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Patterson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the gun on third down. Patterson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That's going to set him back 5 yards. On fourth down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry now. This is Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a give. This is the fullback, Ripkowski. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Hill, complete. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Defense. Okay. Let's get it.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here I come. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check.
Attack.
Slam. Jim.
Attack.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Looking to throw. Patterson. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs.
He's got a man, complete. Give him 32 on the play. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's got his man on the out route. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Shift. Hey, alert 3. Hey, 43.
What's that?
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Mahomes dropping one to Williams here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Let's get it.
Here's the fullback, Ripkowski, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Yellow. 180.
Defense, win check.
43.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Now Mahomes. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Patterson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw on third down, Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes, flush to his right. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now here's Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackles on that play, and result, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. 15, run. 15, run. 15, set. It's our time. Come. 5.
From the gun, Patterson. He's got his tight end Fant. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Patterson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and 14. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's coming, and Ripple is safe. Back.
Yellow.
He's crossing.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. He finds a man on a crossing route. That one good for 26 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. From 4 yards out, the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 18 now. This is fielded at the goal line. Wiggles free. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Patterson, throw left side, complete. That's Lamb. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, echo.
2nd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm trying to collect. 50. 50.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Patterson looking for the end zone. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Attack!
They'll keep it on the ground again here. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Kansas City Chiefs first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Check 26, check 20. Come on!
Check 9, check 9.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Mike.
Yellow. Go on, 80.
Mike. Now watch run, watch run. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Out.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down now, it's Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Check 3, check 3.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
56 and Mark, 56. Just 56. Mark 56. 3 bucks.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
65. Go. 43 is the mic. Stop your whining.
Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Sanders got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. Emmanuel Sanders. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Go!
At their own
18 Gator.
Hey, tight.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
I got you.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
TJ Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check by 50. Man, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Mike's coming. Mike's 50.
Step.
From the gun, Patterson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. Back in the 1st quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the 1st quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 3. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid. The reason that they drafted him and go out and play.
Now he'll escape to his right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Switch it, switch it.
Yellow, yellow.
Switch it. Check, 13.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for... Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Patterson. It's Williams on the catch. And he's got this down to the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The pass there complete to Sutton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First down, Denver.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Patterson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 3rd down, Patterson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Patterson going for it all. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right, except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams loses the football. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Able to get away. And some strong running. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Hey, Zoo. Feel clap. I don't think you...
To throw from his end zone. Patterson under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
70, Indy.
Operating from the gun. Patterson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are... They're going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Check the out, check the out, check the out.
And they will take a knee here.
Mahomes on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
Set, ready? 60, Pittsburgh.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Set, huh?
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up third and 12.
Come on,
So time to start going in the
base.
other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Set, go.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no